What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Believes. Guess what? Bitcoin over 70,000. Like I told you, Ethereum probably headed to 4,000 because guess who came out and said, you know what? All of this FUD that's being talked about, we don't believe any of it. We're getting the approval. That was BlackRock. BlackRock is assuring us that they believe that they're going to get Ethereum ETF approval. Also, the SEC is trying to seek a fine of $1.95 billion in their judgment against Ripple without cause. In fact, they can't even justify it and have not been able in court filings to justify why they're asking for an amount such as that. It's just absolutely bonkers what's going on. Also, Phantom got some stuff going on in the background. Stacks is still overperforming with the rest of the market. Neko is taking off. Bencoin is holding its position pretty well right now. And let's see what happens here. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the way in. And remember, this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast. Then again around bedtime. Bet this. It's not financial advice. But I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So here we are. We've got the magic. The magic is happening. Bitcoin still continuing its ascension. So looking pretty good overall. It seems to be that crypto is in a pretty good place. We got a ton of, for some reason, my computer just went absolutely bonkers a few seconds ago. So if nothing's working as it should, then that's going to be the reason why. And because I have no idea what's going on, I got this, you know what? It's Google. Google is everything wrong with the world. I think anybody named Elon Musk will tell you that. So anyway, let's kick it off. Let's get into it. Good morning to everybody. I hope you're having a great morning. And I hope you're enjoying this Bitcoin pump. We got Jay Locke in the house. We got Brian Bootyhead. We got Mike Vollmer in the house, miking it up, if you will. Aaron Thompson is in the house. Good morning. Richard Nelson is here. Victor Lopez. We got JC in the house. He's rising in a couple days. We got JC, another JC. We are not selling too early. Zitko is in the house. We're going to talk about why you're not going to make it in crypto. I'm going to tell you exactly why you're not going to make it in crypto. And it's not going to apply to everybody, but it is going to apply to some of you. Trail Boss is in the house. What is going on? Top of the morning. S-Dog21 is in the house. We got Jason Pollins here. Grant Vorashuk. We got the crypto antagonist bozoing it up. We've got Tony P in the house. Alt Sniper, good morning. Poe, good morning. Vader Prime, good morning. We've got John Doe in the house. Redbeard OG. The Fun Family is in the house. Kathleen is here. Daniel Delgado. Daniel Volt is still volting it up. Remington Perot in the house. Ryo is here. Bought DJT at $55. I think it's 175 million, man. He needs a little more. CODM and crypto, what is going on? Marcelo Juarez from the Motor City, good morning. We got Blockchain Bonehead here. I don't think I said that before. Aaron Thompson in the house, what is going on? Carlos with good morning. Ape with Hat Love in the house. And I think we got it now. Do we have it? No, Toby One Kenobi shows up out of nowhere. Alex Kamana, good morning. Troy, good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day. So, guys, I don't want to say, by the way, I said that it was kind of clickbaity. It was a little bit clickbaity. I got Rug is in the house with a good morning. I wasn't really saying that you're not going to make it. But when we're on the topic of whether you are or are not going to make it, I have a buddy who's been with me for, I want to say, I mean, I've known the guy. I met him in Louisville many, many years. I'm from Louisville. I knew him from Louisville a couple years ago, went to a concert, hooked up with him and his girlfriend. And they were having a good time. They were enjoying a concert. It was one of my friends. It was the guy that does my theme song. He was having a concert. So we kind of hooked up there, talked for a little bit. Crypto guy, right? Or been in crypto, stuff like that. And then guess what? The other day we talk about it, he's like, I have no idea like how to read a chart or anything like that. And I thought, wow, that's kind of wild. And first of all, let me just say this. You don't need to be able to read a chart to make it in crypto. Honestly, you have to be able to read a chart in order to trade crypto. If you're just winging it and throwing some money at an investment, you're going to be just fine. You're going to go through the passions of up and down. Just don't sell the bottom. Don't lose money. First of all, make sure that you're choosing quality products. The end. You choose quality products, your problem is solved already. For example, something like API 3. It's a brand new sort of project here, but it's real world assets. And what is everybody who's anybody telling you? Real world assets are going to explode at some point. What's another one? Cortex. It's an AI. What's another one? 5IRE. It's a new blockchain coming out. So, these little things like this, you find things like that are quality projects, and you put a little seed money into those quality projects, and you just let it go, and you give it an opportunity to grow, and you help these guys with their launches, et cetera, et cetera. If you do that, then you're going to make it. Now, if you're going into meme coins in order to find your way, you're probably not going to make it. Historically, you won't make it. Or if you do, you're going to make it during a meme coin run. For example, Dog with Hat. If you got in a few months ago, back in November, when Dog with Hat launched and you held on all this time, now you cash out right now, your life is forever changed. If you got in on Myro in the very beginning, your life is forever changed. Most people don't do that, though. Most people just try to get a little bit out of everything, and they don't make it because they end up getting wrecked. Or you find, let's just say you found Myro and it went, you found it at $1 million and it's now at 280 million. Right. So you got a 28x on your hand here, or you got a 280x on your hand. Your $1,000 is now 280,000. Do you know what's happening? You're not cashing out. You're just throwing that money at another shit coin and another one and another one. And now instead of putting 1,000, you're putting 10,000 in. And that's going to be fine for right now. But at some point, that's going to reverse. I have another buddy who had $16 million in the last bull run. He made all of that money in that bull run. With Saitama, with SHIB, everything he threw money at was just boom, 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 boom. Now, that was $16 million. Do you know how much he lost in 2022? $9 million. Why? Because the same strategy that he was using suddenly didn't work. Now, luckily, he recognized that his life was forever changed. He was a millionaire. So he had enough money that he didn't need. But to think that he wasn't panicking when he found out and figured out that he had lost $9 million, that is an incredible sum to lose if you lose half of your money. First of all, you're still a millionaire. So, we'll call it for what it is. You're still a millionaire. However, you've got a serious problem if you're losing and continuing to constantly lose money that way, because you learned to just throw money at stuff. And if you do that, you are not going to make it. Please make sure that no matter what you do in this market, before we get started with the news tonight, please make sure that whatever you do, you are investing responsibly, quality projects. If you, by the way, decide that you're going to gamble and you're going to risk, then make it small risks. Make sure that you DCA your way out of it the same way you DCA your way into it. Make sure that you're taking your profit along the way. If you put $1,000 in, as quickly as you can, get $1,000 out. If it 2X's and you take 1,000 out and you got 1,000 back in, and Myro again, and this is the example here. If Myro is at 1 million and you put in $1,000 and it goes to 2 million and you take your original investment out, you got $1,000 into Myro at a $2 million market cap. It goes to $280 million market cap. You made a 140x. You made 140,000. Did you miss out on 280,000? No, you didn't. You made 140,000. Stop thinking about all of the money that you missed. Just worry about the money that you make. That's all you have to do. And then keep taking your money out, and then take that 1,000 and then seed it in another solid project. That's all you ever have to do. And then when you have that large amount of capital, when you have that capital, instead of just cashing it out, buy Bitcoin on a dip. Buy Bitcoin on a dip. Continue to DCA your way into Bitcoin, whether it go down or up at this point, because Bitcoin is going to continue to rip. So that's all you have to do. This is a simple market that you complicate because you don't have patience. Just have a little patience, and guess what? You're going to be rewarded. Everything is going to be just perfectly fine. Okay. Now, if you're swing trading, if you're day trading, if you're doing stuff like that, do what you got to do. But remember, have your long-term bags just sitting there waiting, because guess what? We are this close to an altcoin season. And when that altcoin season starts, everything in here is going to 20x, 30x, 50x, 100x. In the top 100, probably not. Probably some of those at the bottom, might get a 10 or 20 or 30 or even a 50x. Bitcoin, I mean, obviously we're looking at Bitcoin probably in the realm of 5 to 10x from where it is right now by the end of this run. So anything is possible. So that's all you have to do, is just make sure that you are taking care of yourself. You don't owe you don't owe any one of these other investors. You don't owe one of these developers. You don't owe one of these mods. You don't owe anyone anything. The only person you owe anything to is yourself and your family. Make sure that you're taking care of them first. Don't wreck them trying to find out, trying to get an easy way. Because I assure you, when we do it in the bear market, we're desperate. Have we really hit the bull market? To be honest with you, when we look at it from bear to bull, yes. However, there's 4 phases to crypto, and I'll call it. Look, I'm going to always call it a bull or a bear, right? But there are 4 phases. There's the bull market. There's the distribution phase, which is the start of the bear market. Then there's the bear market, and then there's the accumulation phase. And the accumulation phase is when you're out here buying more and you're accumulating for that next big run that leads into the bull market. Well, we're at the end of the accumulation phase, right? We're at the top part of it. But this time that we've been here from that bottom, which was, again, I want to say around January of 2023, from that bottom until now, we've really had some up momentum, right? But that's just the start. This is just the accumulation phase. People are just buying. People are just buying. At some point, that's going to rip. It's going to go absolutely out of its mind. And when it does, ta-da. You guys, you've all made it. We've all made it. All we have to do now is decide what island we're going to buy. And then you guys have to decide how big a tip you're going to give Bleaves for all this crazy financial advice, how much you're going to go to MEXC and start trading, how much you're going to go to Femex and start trading, how much you're going to go to Weeks and start trading your Luna Classic, how much you're going to do all of that in order to make sure that Bleaves is taken care of. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into it, because we got a lot to go over, and I'm trying to simplify things as I go through this. There were a couple of things that I had to do today, and so I got a little bit of a late start. Ben had some stuff going on this morning, and guys, the clock is ticking. For anybody who doesn't know, we can skip forward to this, but I'm going to save it for the Ben Coin segment here. But oh man, you got until noon. We got a $2 bomb from the Fun family for Good Morning Neko to the Moon. Grab yourself a Neko NFT. And by the way, Neko is mooning right now for the second day in a row. Now, if you bought the dip, you're feeling really good about your position. If you were holding a couple weeks ago, then you're probably either break even or still slightly down just a little bit. And let's reverse that, and let's continue, and let's keep this going, because Neko was having a very, very nice run. Also, we got a $20 bomb from Ryo. Just want to say thank you, Bleaves, for teaching me how to trade ranges and read a chart. I didn't know how to do this before and just hodl. The knowledge you provide is a blessing. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Swing trading is absolutely fun thing to do. And by the way, we're not broadcasting anymore on Twitter X and stuff like that, because I keep seeing like 250, 300 people watching and stuff like that, but it's not really from YouTube. And what I want to do is I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel. I'm not really as concerned about the X account. I would like to see it grow. I would like you guys to engage with me on Twitter, X. But like my lane here is I like making content and stuff like that. Somebody told me they don't like my content the other day, so they didn't want to do a partnership with me. And they did it through a third-party intermediary because they think that I'm too raw. Okay, man. Well, I'm about to get raw on that person. You know what I mean? So anyway, we got Ben's Lambo in the house. Ben's Lambo, we should be seeing a video on that soon. At a guess. I don't know for sure, but maybe not. I mean, maybe, but maybe not. Wait until you see the testimony where I start telling you all about the Lamborghini. And by the way, guys, we're going to get to that Ben segment and and ha 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 ha. All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, going forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these are going to be sponsored segments. So Bitcoin is going to be brought to you by, maybe Fair Desk or something like that. Sign up. And guys, by the way, it really, truly helps me. One of the most important ways that you can help me is by trading on MEXC or Fair Desk or getting NordVPN, something like that. Like if you want to help me in the long term, then that's the way to help me. And by the way, when I say this, what I mean is I don't mean it doesn't help me. Like I want, if you have a meme coin project, and you want me to do a video, I love promotional videos. My lane, by the way, is promotional videos. I love those, right? However, I want to get away from meme coins at some point, right? In order for me to evolve the channel and get away from it and start to reach a different sector, a more educational oriented sector of this market, then I need your help as a supporter of the channel by becoming a member of the channel. It's a minimum $4.99 a month. I could reduce that if it were absolutely necessary. We could make like a nerd level or something like that. But become a member of the channel. It's $5 a month. It's not that much. Then the other things you can do is super chats to show appreciation, of course. But the most important thing for the long-term growth is sign up for MEXC and start trading today. Sign up for Fair Desk. Sign up for Femex. Start trading today. Go to Bybit if you need to. Go to BitGet. The links are in the description down below. Go sign up for those and start trading on those. You don't even have to engage with me on there. You just go over there, sign up under my link and trade. And by the way, if you sign up at my Femex link, then it helps Ben Armstrong as well. So, and then NordVPN, because I get a commission off of those guys too. And then go buy Bencoin, go hold Bencoin, because, I've been partnered with them for a little while now, but I've been a fan for a long time. And like you guys have seen, Ben needs something, I do it, because I think that guy is a special person in this space, whether you like him or not, I don't care. And I think that he was wronged. I think that he was absolutely wronged, and I think that he deserves somebody to have his back the way somebody should have your back when your best friends are stabbing you in that back. So, that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. But I want to grow. In order for me to grow, I have a Chicago Bears channel, and I have a crypto channel. So you want to support me? Support those, and I'm gonna be just fine. So thank you so much for listening to my rant. I appreciate that. So let's get into some of the news for the day. Crypto traders dismiss waning ETF inflows as Bitcoin holds steady over 70,000. So, a lot of people were talking about the outflows that were coming and how Bitcoin was kind of waning, but you could see that it was going down. And then an expose came out yesterday. We talked about it. We covered it. And what was it? It was that Barry Silbert is the piece of shit that's selling all of the Bitcoin on the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So now we know that it's dirtbag numero uno that's causing all of this, because he's such a savvy investor that he's wrecking the crypto market. What a turd. What an absolute scumbag. You know what I mean? But it turns out that that's the guy. And then, of course, the inflows were coming in from other people. Well, now here we are. Here we are with we figured it out. We found it out. And now all of a sudden people are like, wait a minute. So it's just that fucking dude that's selling? Now crypto's reversing and it's starting to move back up. So then what happens? The London Stock Exchange approves a marketplace for trading Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. They're called exchange traded notes. And now it's going to happen in May, which now means Bitcoin and the rest of the world is now, whoa, let's go. Hong Kong does the same thing. So guess what? Now you have ETFs all over the world that are suddenly coming to approval. Then you back that up you have a nice little run. And what did that run kind of look like here? I mean, if you guys want to check this out, it's not there right now. It's kind of waning just a tad. But when I say waning just a tad, like, am I really saying it's waning just a tad? Not really, really. And by the way, if you're looking at this, you're looking right here, that green dot, if you can see it, that's a buy signal coming in on Bitcoin. Right there, it's telling you that an entry position is about to open up. If you come back down here, you will notice that we went into a green buy zone right here, and they told you to buy and enter. This is a long term, by the way, on the 12-hour. Then you got a hard loss exit because it was coming back down. It was bearish. So then we got this bullish momentum indicator, and now you've got the green dot for the first time printing, which means that this thing is about to tell you on the 12-hour that you need to buy some Bitcoin. Over here on the 4-hour, you're being told this was an exit position over here. This short at 66,000 took you down here, and now it gave you a hard stop exit. So you made some profit and you moved on. Now you've got that signal emerging. If it comes down just a little bit more today, if we get a nice little retracement, then it's gonna be a perfect entry position for that next leg up. Where's that next leg up? 77 to 80,000, guys. I wasn't kidding when I told you that that's what was getting ready to happen. So hopefully you guys are in position for that and you're ready to start aping in. I don't know where the bottom is. We're going to look at that in just a few minutes, and we're going to start moving through this pretty quickly because I know I went on a rant for a little bit, but I felt like we needed to have that discussion about why you're not going to make it. And guess what? I think everybody who's watching, you are going to make it. And make sure, by the way, that you hit the like button. That's the third thing that you can do to help me out, is make sure you hit that like button when you come in. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not there's no penalty or anything like that. Even if you hit the dislike button because you don't like me talking about Larry the Disabled Guy, or if I don't cover your favorite token or your favorite coin or whatever it is, 5 likes right now. What I would like to do is just be able to get to 100 likes before these shows are over every single day. That should be our goal to try to do. And then, of course, if we can do that, then more people start to pop in, more people hit that like button, and then it goes from there. Grow the channel. Now, the next question is, when will Bitcoin hit 100,000? And an expert KSI analyst provides an insightful prediction, and this is what they say. According to KSI, Bitcoin's current trajectory could see the asset soaring between 70,000 and 80,000 before encountering a corrective phase. This correction, while inevitable, according to crypto analysts, presents a pivotal moment for investors to reassess their positions and strategize on the next market move. Despite the anticipation of a boring summer in terms of blockchain price action, KSI remains steadfast in its belief on Bitcoin's long-term potential. He envisions a future where Bitcoin not only reaches 100,000, but does so with conviction, possibly even surpassing this milestone before the close of the year. Now, KSI is a little more bullish than I am because I said 90,000 by the end of this year. And, to be fair, I thought that's where we're going to close the year. I don't know where we're going to end up overall. I thought we'd close the year at 90,000. We might go to 100, 115, and then have a corrective phase towards the end of the year as people start to cash out for Christmas. So just when I tell you that 90,000 by the end of the year was my goal, I was literally looking at it saying it could go as high as whatever, but I think it's 90,000 on the last day of the year. Bookmark this video now. So that's what I think the prediction was, and that's why I made it on that way. But the other thing is, and let's move on here, the Ethereum 4K target is back on track. Grayscale yesterday reasserted that they are confident, and they say, we believe the case for spot Ethereum ETFs is just as strong as it was for spot Bitcoin ETFs. That's going to be I don't know that they're right about this, but Craig Salm, chief legal officer at Grayscale, substantiated the confidence by pointing out recent discussions surrounding spot Ethereum ETFs. Specifically, he addressed concerns regarding the perceived lack of SEC engagement. He disclosed that in the months before Bitcoin's approval, Grayscale and other applicants had positive engagement with the SEC and constructive conversations. Together, they explored intricate aspects such as creation, redemption, as well as cash versus in-kind transactions. Moreover, they ironed out details concerning APs, liquidity providers, custody arrangements, and other pertinent details. And essentially, he emphasized that all the critical issues have already been addressed and are identical when comparing spot Bitcoin to Ethereum ETF. The only distinction lies in the asset being held by the ETF, with Ethereum replacing Bitcoin. So the due diligence has already been done. That's the point to it. He also suggests the SEC has already been engaged on many pertinent matters, implying that issuers have comparatively few aspects to engage with this time around. Furthermore, he agrees that spot Ethereum ETFs are consistent with Ethereum future ETFs and should therefore be approved. Grayscale view comes amid ETH growth over the past 5% in the last 24 hours. So there we are. I mean, that's what that's the position that we're in. It looks like we're on track for all of this, and that the Ethereum ETFs, they are coming. So get excited, because Ethereum to 4,000, it's preordained. So let's get make sure your bag is packed. And then also let's get on to altcoins. I want to kind of move forward because we did get caught up a little bit here. BlackRock's tokenized fund brings legitimacy to public blockchains like Ethereum, says an analyst. So some analysts at Bernstein and JP Morgan Onyx, they see most of the space as retail casinos, right? However, and by the way, just so you guys know, Sam, Crypto Lifer, is predicting an $89,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. Tokenized fund redemption could be on-chain with stablecoin integration. New asset classes could lead to interoperability between asset classes on-chain, and scope for further programmability based on deal contract conditions. According to the U.S. SEC, the BlackRock BUIDL is a liquid fund investing in U.S. Treasury bills, repurchase agreement in cash, but did not provide a launch date. So we're going to start to see a whole lot of different stuff as these assets get tokenized. And when they get tokenized, what that really means is that what we're going to see is a whole lot more people being involved in cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency converting itself over into real world assets. You want to see some real world assets? API3.org, and go look at like the BNB chain, or go look at some of the chains over there and see what assets you can buy. Do you know you can buy Apple stocks through API3? Do you know you can buy, or you can download the dApp and you can create it for yourself so that you can do that? And all of these things exist. That's what's happening right now. It's getting just unbelievable how this thing is evolving, and BlackRock is going to be at the forefront of it. Not only are we talking about tokenized Apple, tokenized Tesla, all of these different quote unquote tokenized assets, but what about gold? Because you can buy QQQ, which is one of those ETFs for gold. Bitcoin down to 69,800. It looks like right about now, by the way, coming down, retracing from 71,000. So all these things are in play, and all these things could potentially be big scores for the entire space. And it's a matter of finding how those tokenized assets kind of measure up. So the SEC, by the way, in moving on here, this is fantastic. The SEC wants $1.95 billion fine against Ripple. Stuart Alderodi, the chief legal officer of Ripple Labs, criticizes the SEC. And he says that the SEC was asking for such a fine, and that redacted versions of the court documents would be made public by March 26. The SEC proposal asks the court to order Ripple Labs to pay $876 million in disgorgement, $198 million in prejudgment interest, and $876 million in civil penalties, amounting to a total of $1.95 billion. Hey guys, you want to know something funny? A couple days ago, Larry, the disabled guy, wait a minute, that's not him. Larry Loser, Gary Gensler himself. Gary Gensler himself said 69,600 for Bitcoin right now. He said that he went to Congress and needs $2 billion. Why does he need $2 billion? Well, to fund his attack on crypto, right? This is just for crypto. This is just for his attack on crypto, right? And he wants $2 billion from Congress, and now he wants $2 billion from Ripple Labs as well. So basically, what he's doing is, this amounts to, by the way, in my opinion, a shakedown. So the SEC asked the court to consider how easily actors, particularly in the crypto asset space, can today engage in the same sort of conduct as Ripple's, and sends a strong message that such abuses will not be tolerated. However, not all of it was tolerated, because not all of it was a crime. That's the real point here, is that what they're saying, that's not true. That's not true. So I think that this is going to be interesting to see how is the what is the ruling? How is this New York ruling going to play out? I don't see any way that a $2 billion fine is going to be on the table here. As a matter of fact, I know one fine for 454 million. They got reduced to 175. So I have a feeling that it's not going to be nearly that much. You know what I mean? Because the SEC is lying about that one too. Anyway, so let's move on. Phantom is preparing to launch Sonic, enabling 2,000 transactions per second. So if you haven't bought some Phantom, you might want to get some Phantom now before the time is up. This development marks a substantial leap in the current capabilities of the Opera network, which achieves a maximum of 200 transactions per second. Slated for release in late summer or early fall, Sonic represents a major step in Phantom's evolution. Now, that means that it's going to be late summer or early fall before this happens. That means that we still have some opportunity to make a move here. So you're not locked out of Phantom right now. You can still get some serious gains. You know what I mean? So watch out for that because there is some opportunity here, and take advantage of it when it is. So Opera's growth to over 10 billion in total value locked by 2022 reflected its success and wide adoption. Despite its achievements, the Phantom's Opera network faced challenges, particularly during a peak demand when congestion impacted the user experience. Same as Ethereum. When congestion really happens, it creates a problem, but they're addressing that by allowing 2,000 transactions per second, which should fix all of it. By the way, something that Ethereum is doing right now is adding some throughput to their process. 69,400 for Bitcoin right now, tumbling at this point, coming way down. Hopefully, there's going to be a nice little reversal on the position very shortly. We're going to need to enter a position really quickly, so I'm going to have to move this along. Stacks price analysis. We got new all-time highs signaling a momentum shift. Now, Stacks, a very interesting project. This is the smart contract builder for Bitcoin. If you need a smart contract, Stacks is the place that you're doing it, right? So the RSI went from 83 down to 79. The price action kind of took a sideways bounce, and guys, I think we need to enter a Bitcoin position right now. So let's go over here. We're gonna pop this up on the stage here. Bitcoin just came down, made a nice big dip right here. Still got that green dot minted, saying that this could be a potential buy right now or a long position to enter. Let's take a quick look here. I just want to make sure that 69.5 right now. We're gonna go over here real quick, guys. I want to get in on this. Liquidity is down here at 70,000, right? So we're gonna refresh and see how far down we came. Did we attack the liquidity pools? All right, so we just came down and we did a sweep right here. So that means a reversal to 71.5. Holy shit, guys, go long, go long. But I'm not telling you what to do, by the way, but I'm telling you that it is time for me to go long. We're going to drop this down to, we don't want to do high leverage right there. We certainly don't want to do that. So we're going to do 20x and just YOLO this, right? Let's just see what happens. All right, so we're in at 69,600. So let's see what happens here. Maybe, just maybe, we get on a nice little rip and we get a corrective move. Now, what I'm thinking here is 69,006, not exactly where I wanted to be. I really wanted to be a little bit lower at this point. I really wanted to see quite a bit more dip to it. But here's the point. The point is we got in right here. Basically, 69.3 was the dip area. We got in right here at 69.6. I think that we're in a fair enough area. If you just take where the two pools are, then most likely we're coming back to the middle, which is going to be about 70,400 in pretty quick order, unless we start digging deeper into this 69 level here. But it looks like we're going to be heat seeking 71.5, maybe even 72.2. And you can see right here, we came through here and then we pulled up a little bit more liquidity, just kind of pulled itself out of nowhere. And then the next thing is, let's look at the higher time frames real quick. And you can see that probably 72.2 is still in the range there. On the weekly, I think it gets a little bit more aggressive here, where you can see that, yeah, it's still 71.8 to 72.2. When you get to the 1 month, that's where I think it gets really, really big. And yeah, so then the big number is $700 million sitting at around 74,334. So, yeah, I think that I think we're going to let this ride for just a little while and just kind of see where it goes. Now, if we get liquidated down here at 66,000, I mean, cost of doing business, right? We'll see what happens with that. I don't think that we will. I got a feeling here that we're probably going to start ripping towards that upside. So now the question would be, what's our exit strategy? What's our exit position? So what I'm going to do is let's go back over here. Let's look at it. And let's say that what I want to do is, where am I at here? $450 is what we put in on it. We're up about 20 bucks right now. So what we're going to do is a partial, and what do we want to do? The first liquidity area, that liquidation level on the 24-hour, by the way. When we're doing this, by the way, we're scalping with these lower time frames. So it's 71.5. There is a pool sitting at 71,000 exactly. Let's look at 71,052. So it's 71,052. We're going to go over here and we're going to do 71,052. And we're going to take out, at this point, it's going to be about 40% profit. So, you know what? Let's be a dirty dog and just let it ride. Let's just let it ride at 71. Let's go for the let's just let it go and let's see what happens at 72.2. We're just going to set an entire take profit at 72,200. And if we get there, that's going to be about a 74% gain, which would be good enough, right? Or should we let it go to 74,000? Should we let it ride? Should we just continue to let it ride? How about we just try to get, we'll just try to get our money out as quickly as we can. How about that? I'm gonna leave that for right now, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Hopefully the price won't tank from that point. So you know what? we'll see what happens. But we're going long right now, and we are up. We're in a nice profit already. We're up $35 at this point. So we did catch a bit of that bottom, and hopefully that means that we're ripping. If we don't come back down to 66,000, if we do an immediate kind of rip here, remember, I just told you guys 77 to 80,000 is the next impulse move. So I think that, we could be in line for a big move. So anyway, stacks, make sure you're checking out stacks. And then let's get into Neko. If you haven't checked out Neko, please make sure that you do. It was, until a few moments ago, absolutely ripping. And then we just had a pretty big sell-off happen. Looks like not a ton, but you get every once in a while you get these kind of sell downs that happen, people taking profit. And look, I mean, this has been a nice little move. It came all the way up to 59.65. It looks like as a maximum move. 59.63 here. 6,021 came up to 6,021 at 7 a.m. at some point. And now we're having that America F yeah, as we take profit on it. Good sign. Healthy. You want to see those healthy corrections. Now the question is, can this maintain momentum? Now, if this maintains momentum, then we're going to be in a phenomenal place. If we say that this is the parabolic moves kind of started right here, then it looks like it might be almost done with this correction. If you look at the longer term and you look at where the big move actually kind of initiated here, then you can see that it's a 38 move. So you might be facing some corrections back down here. We got the 20 MA coming up real close. So 40, a test at 45 right there. Volume has picked up significantly. If it continues to pick up, by the way, this is going to be a phenomenal play. This is going to be a phenomenal play for some of you. If you got in down here and you listened to me when I told you. So you never know what's going to happen, by the way. When is also up as well. So, but check out Neko if you haven't already. It is on a dip right now. It's at the 0.382. Again, on the long-term fib retracement. On the shorter term, where that big move actually happened a few hours ago, it's already corrected down into the golden pocket. So it should be reversing from there. If it reverses from there and continues on, then what does that look like? 79, 3079. which is from here, I want to say about a 500,000 market cap, somewhere near 500,000 market cap. That means not a huge market cap. So this has got a lot of opportunity to make a move. So and look, by the way, for Neko, all you need, $5 million market cap, probably change your life. You know what I mean? Like it's at 299,000 right now. So if it went to 5 million, that would be a what? 15x from where you are right now. I mean, you could use a 15x on whatever your bag is, right? I mean, it may not it may not do everything that you want, but it would definitely be it would definitely be a good opportunity, and seems to be a lot of trading going on with it right now. So definitely check that out. Moving on, Bencoin. So the people at the people that matter, and they know who they are, have until noon today to sign the documents and settle this claim with Ben Armstrong. If you do not settle the claim with Ben Armstrong, then the next steps will start to come. Now, we're asking the question here, who is Bo Mason? Why is Bo Mason, a guy who otherwise is just an AAU basketball coach, played Division II basketball at some, or Division III basketball somewhere, and it just really hasn't set the world on fire since then, although he does have a real estate company and then got involved here somehow in Hit Networks. And then all of a sudden, he's in charge of all the money. Now, remember, I gave you the testimony. The testimony showed that that's what was going on, that he was in charge of all of this stuff. He's to blame, if you will, for anything that goes wrong, right? A little weird, but okay, let's play along. And so now we need to know, like, what exactly is going on with him. What is he doing? And like, why is he doing it? You know what I mean? So we're asking those questions right now, and we got until noon today. After noon today, then who knows what's going to happen. But I can tell you this, I got more videos coming if it's not done by noon today, and we're going to be talking about what really happened, and you guys are going to find out. Look, it is my opinion right now that this group, they have an opportunity to settle a settlement that they will not get afterwards, because Ben, if you will, Ben is going to win this. The reason he's going to win this is because they stole his company from him. Okay. No matter how you look at it, they stole his company from him. And that means that he's going to get it back. He's going to get it back. By the way, we just hit 10% realized profit on that trade. So we're up $44 right now. But guys, it's for real. Noon today. Otherwise, we start continuation of what is going on with Hit Networks. And guys, Ben's going to win Hit Networks back. Okay. There was no reason. And the more we go through the court process, the more it's revealed. There's no reason. They stole the company. And here's the thing. A bunch of morons out here are falling for it or fell for it. Right. And look, some of these people, they just work for the company, but you know what? Everybody's gone when Ben takes it back. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic. What's going on here? Got until noon. Clock is ticking, baby. Next up, Terra Luna Classic. Terra Luna Classic got a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of building in the background. Number one amongst it, IBC hooks. The 2.4.2 upgrade is now confirmed. I don't know if it was confirmed. It was, let me see here. Lunk. Let's do this real quick. I think it's done. Yeah. Okay. So it did go through. It is completed. So now guess what? You can build dApps on Luna Classic. So the world has now changed. You are now part of something that's going to get a little bit interesting, which will be very cool, by the way. You now have 2.4.2 out here, which means that you, as a builder, can now build your dApps on this blockchain. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, on the way in. Helps push the algorithm up, and I would appreciate that tremendously. We're up 12% right now, up $54 on that trade, by the way. If you guys are interested here, up 12.5% right now. Could have got that just a little bit lower, man. You know what I mean? Just a little bit lower. And man, we could have got just a magic blow off area right there. But anyway, so I'm hoping that we get a nice little move up here into these ranges here, where we can just like ape out here and just take the profit and just be done. You know what I mean? Like I think this move is getting ready to come, and I think that it's just going to be a big move by Bitcoin. So which is why we went 20x. Normally we wouldn't go 20x. We're up 16% now, $71. Like it's Bitcoin is ripping right now, 70,256. I hope you got in with me. I hope you did, because it's certainly paying off pretty well right now. The next question is going to be, where's the resistance? The resistance probably at 71,600, by the way. So if you see here, we rejected off of it last time, but it's that little move right there. Let's pull it up on the big screen here. I think that was the 1 hour chart that we were looking at right there. So yeah, so right here, nope, that's the day. It's going to be the daily. Right there, you can see there it's settled right here a couple times. Right here, it runs 71,600, just right in that zone right there. And where did we go yesterday or last night? Let's pull that up. We went to 71,539. So 71,539 going to be the next level, I think. So if we pump up through that, then I mean, I don't know, YOLO, baby. You know what I mean? So oh, and by the way, did I call this shit or not? Look at API 3 went to $4.27 in the last bunch of hours. Another big buy signal getting ready to pop right here for a bullish breakout. Like, man, oh man, oh man, what a nice move for that one. And by the way, I already got my money out of it, so it didn't matter very much. But we're up $84, almost 20% right now. So this is it looks like it's gonna play out pretty well. So we're probably gonna 71,500. Should we 71.5 it, or should we just let it ride? If we just let it ride 77,000 and just say that 77,000 is going to be the one, or should be 80,000, 78.5, right? Let's do 75. Let's put it at 75 and let's see what happens. We're going to hit a take profit up there at 78,500 in case it breaks out, just in case, because if you look at it on this daily chart, like, we're not going to break out today, but I mean, if we rip our way up here into 75,000 and to just continue moving on for a couple more days as the ETFs continue to add to their bags instead of leak from the bags, then let me just make the money, right? Let's just take the money and run, if you will. So now let's move back on to Terra Luna Classic. So IBC hooks have been developed and they are now available. So we're at the point now where you can build on the Luna Classic network. If you want to make smart contracts, you make smart contracts. And by the way, there is some insider stuff that's happening, which I can't talk about yet, but I should be able to talk about very, very soon. I need to get clarity on it to see whether or not it's going to be real or not. And if it's real, then there's a lot of building getting ready to go on here. I mean a lot of building that's getting ready to go on. There seems to be some liquidity coming out of the market right now. I don't know what that is. The Dixie's starting to come down. Dow Jones pumping a little bit. I removed some of them. NASDAQ coming up a little bit. I got rid of the SPY right now just to not be bothered with it for the moment. But it looks like, so it looks like the money is coming back in. So we had what was this rip to 261? So we had about 50 billion come into the market overnight, which has now been taken out by the USA. Anyway, so it looks like the rip is coming. So just kind of let's just see what's going on here. Let's get into the charts and let's just continue to move on here. We had the bearish momentum here. We had this breakout. This, of course, is the overall total market cap. And played out to perfection. We've got the green dot minted over here, and that's telling us that we've got a buy signal getting ready to come. So this, by the way, on the 1 day here for Bitcoin, we got that buy signal a long time ago. So now you're at 64% profit from this. Do you know, by the way, if you bought right here, when it gave you that entry position at 42,578, we bought right there. But if you kind of look at it right now, 64.8 is the percentage. If you had done this at 10x, that would be 649% that you would be up right now on your Bitcoin trade. So that would be, if you had 1 Bitcoin in this trade, this would be like having 7 Bitcoin now. You know what I mean? Like the money for it. It'd be a gigantic amount, by the way, if you leveraged traded it. So Ethereum, I told you guys 6,500 by the end, or by, there we go, 6,500 by April 20. So I still think that we're bullish. I'm going to be mad as hell, by the way, if we don't get that rip. And by the way, if you look at it this way, I'm going to show you, like, if this from here to here to here, you see we're minting these new highs right here. Like if you do this all the way up here, it doesn't come out to exactly that. It comes out to 5,500. If we max out right in this range, then that's 5,500 and not 6,500. However, 6,500 is not that far away. And I thought we were going to be a little more bullish than we ended up being. So, oh well, but we'll see. Anyway, 6,500 is the number that I said might be 5,500 after all of that. And then let's move on to Solana. Had a nice little rip today. Didn't come up to the previous highs, but it certainly had a nice little run. We got an entry position opening up for Solana, it looks like. So we got this entry over here, and then we got a hard loss exit on it. We got the entry position was at 92.1. Now it's at 191, and we're about to mint another buy signal, guys. What this says, by the way, when you see this on the DX, if you go buy High IQ, which you can get as a description down below, but if you go to the store and you buy High IQ, then you get these green dots every once in a while, and that means that there's a buy signal coming in. If that buy signal comes in, that means buy, and then follow it. And then when it says right over here, like for example, this one gave you, let's say you 10x'd it at 92.1, right? Well, it told you over here, it gives you this notification, says take profit, right? It'll tell you, like, when these things pop up, take profit off of it. And you probably at 105, at 14.848%, you got your original bag out, right? So you've already got your money out. And then when you get this hard loss exit at 93.6, you're up $1.50 in profit at that point. It's telling you it's coming down. You're in profit when it tells you to come down. And then when you exit, you got, a smaller amount of profit, but you got your original bag out way up here. And then you got, this came back down, and you still got, whatever you had already made a profit off of originally. So it was a nice profit. Now it's moving along as well. And coming up here does another buy signal. But I mean, just imagine, if you will, some of these, when you look at them, again, as the, as these crazy numbers start to manifest themselves, you can see here that, and by the way, the trading here on the 1 hour is a little bit easier, I guess. I'll just do it this way. You can see right here what it kind of looks like. You can, when you get these buys here, you get this entry position, and then it just tells you to take profit, like take your money out, take your original investment out, let your moon bag ride, and then just see where that moon bag goes. And just in case, exit, hit that exit on the moon bag, just in case, something happens and it starts coming back down. But if you just follow these indicators right here, then you're going to be just fine. You know what I mean? Like just follow the indicators and you'll be good. Render at 11.25, wicked all the way down to $11 this hour. You're seeing a bunch of money coming out. And by the way, Bitcoin is now ripping again. Looks like, yeah, Bitcoin's up. We're up over 20% right now on it. So money is coming into the market, flowing back in, and it looks like it's going directly into Bitcoin, and it's coming out of the alts. And by the way, that does mean that the alts are about to rip too. So going down here though, Grok still having a nice run. Jesus is having a little pump here, didn't sustain, came down to the 20 MA, but it flipped green here on this 20 EMA, I think it is. So it's actually, I think it's the 100 EMA. So it'll, probably reverse. I keep saying, like, I want to see something happen during Easter, but now I'm at the point where I don't know if it's going to happen. Rio, by the way, over $2 now. So shout out to people who were holding Rio. Sui is starting to take off, up 5% on the day. Zilliq was up 3% on the day. Rune is up 6%. SHIB is up 5.5% on the day. Injective 6.8%. Jasmy 6%. Fetch AI is mooning again, up 14% on the day. A lot of breaking out, man. There's a lot of stuff breaking out. Myro is down to was up. It went, and by the way, how ironic is it that I posted 2 days ago and told you guys that if it breaks out right here, then 29 is next. It went to 29 cents and then it rejected all the way back down to 26.1. If it doesn't stick with 26.1, which is where it looks like it's doing it, and it looks like it'll have another move up, and it looks like Myro is about to break out again, but we're going to have to see whether it retests any one of these lower lows over here first before that breakout. So wait for confirmation. It looks like this wick right here shows confirmation. You can see right there what's going on. We've got that little wicking. Let's pull this up. Little wicking in this range right there, which would indicate that there is bullish momentum and that we're probably about to leg up a little bit, dependent on the market. So if the market continues to rip and it continues to move, then everything will move along with it. But if it starts to reject just a little bit and we don't actually get that big pump out of Bitcoin right now, or if that pump on Bitcoin right now gets real hard, then people start pulling out of these and they start moving it over into Bitcoin because it's easy money, right? So, you could be seeing a move back down here to retest this line at 24,000 right in this, 24 cents. I mean, not 24,000. Or you can see it come back down to the 100 at 23. You've seen it touch the 120. You've seen it touch. So, we'll see what happens here over the next little while. But I mean, it looks like Myro is back in the green. Should stay in the green for the day. Dog with Hat, by the way, absolutely annihilating, crushing it. Just a couple hours ago, was back down to $2. Now it's back up to over $3. So, and it's getting a green buy signal right now for itself. Speaking of which, Crow, let's go look at Crow. 1497 had a drop to 1481. Looks like we're in a nice level of profit right now. So, I mean, that's a very good thing to see. Look, at some point soon, it is my opinion anyway, that at some point soon, we're going to see Crow really start to break out. And we've got this range up here at somewhere between 18, 19 cents. We saw it reject over here previously. And then we've got this little fight of range over here, which is also kind of where we started, if you will. So that's 25 to about 32 cents, probably more like it'll probably be more like that, but close enough in that range right now, around 25 cents. And then it's going to be that test up here at that 38 to 40 cent level. And then it's going to be that breakout, and that real breakout up to 97, 98. Like, we're getting there where this thing is getting ready for that parabolic move. It's really getting ready for something big. No buy signal, by the way, on the daily for a long time. This thing hasn't flipped bullish, but you can see right here, green minted, and we've got these things are showing us this is bullish momentum right now. So it looks like Crow might be in for another big run. So let's go pay some bills here. I got to get out of here because I got another show that I got to do. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you that you take the time to come check me out. I appreciate it. Now let's end this with an ad, and then we're going to get out of here. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Cryptonomy.finance just launched a research section, so make sure that you go check that out today. Learn a little bit more about crypto that you may not have known before. If you are a corporate client, you can have a relationship manager and a lot of customer support, superior OTC services, and institutional tools that will help you in your venture. Also, if you sign up for the VIP course, you can get in touch with high-touch wealth management personnel and a lot of different people and personalized information as you need in order to successfully navigate this crypto system. Also, if you look at my moves right now, you can see that I'm earning over 106 Solana on my last staking. My Tether, I'm going to earn 1,670 on my staking so far. You can see there's some of these I've earned $784. I can't cash out for a while, but I've earned $784 so far. And then in the launch pool, guys, if you haven't checked the launch pool out, you've got to check the launch pool. Look at these ROIs that I'm getting right now. It's fantastic. 20x on K9 Finance, 7x on Weave, on Block Jerk. If you put a stake into this system right here, it gives you a fantastic amount of reward.